There are rumours, Terry, and we love our rumours here on the show.
I love a rumour mill.
Zac Lomax has second thoughts about his deal with Parramatta, potentially looking at a backflip. Now, they did ask Shane Flanagan on NRL whatever on Fox, and he said, I'm not going to write you a byline for you, which says to me, shut up, it's none of my business, it's none of yours. But it was a bit cheeky, and we've seen some journos come out and say, he's looking on a backflip, he was promised something, he's looking and they're terrible now. I think, and I'm going to take this one first, I think he needs to go to Shane Flanagan, throw himself at his feet and say, thank you, Flano, for saving my career, because I was on the fast track to Super League. I want to stay here. I don't want to go to that terrible nonsense at Parramatta, but he signed a contract and he has to go.
Look, Zac Lomax is a young kid. This is my... I'm being diplomatic tonight. He's a young kid, and he's been given the advice by someone that he's an elite centre. Okay? And Shane Flanagan has come in and said, out of all centres in the NRL last year, you ranked 28 out of 34, and it's not good enough. I think your attributes would be best served on the wing. This is coming from... Say what you want about Shane Flanagan, but this comes from a premiership winning coach and a guy who took the Cronulla Sharks from the basement to the top and did what no one else could do, won a premiership and kept Cronulla relevant in finals for many, many years when coaches like Ricky Stewart and Chris Anderson and even John Lane ran out of ideas about how they were going to get Cronulla to the next level. If you're going to then turn around and go, I don't want to be coached by Shane Flanagan, I want to be coached by Brad Arthur, there's your first problem. Sometimes the young players, and I was one of them as well, you don't want to listen to your coach when they have a better idea for how you think that you play a game. But at the end of the day, more often than not, the coaches are right. It's as simple as that. His contract has been signed and lodged with Parramatta. There is no way in hell that the Parramatta Eels should even contemplate ripping that contract up and letting him go back to St. George. Brother, you were down on your knees at your weakest point, and these guys signed you because you wanted out of the Dragons, so much so that you were pushing for a release to go there this year. Now they're crap because they have no backs, and that's why you're going there, to play in the centres. Tough it up, show everyone what you're made of, have a killer year this year, out on the wing, go get your money at Parramatta next year like you wanted to do. Take your medicine.
Yeah, I think any backflip now would be hugely detrimental to his career and his character. Mm-hmm. Look, let's face it, he chucked a wobbly when Shane Flanagan said you're a winger. Mm-hmm. He done a winger. He's played 2 lights out Origin games, and one was in ridiculous circumstance. He got a couple of tries, kicked goals. You know, the bloke is where we thought he would be 3 or 4 years ago, except one spot out. And his ego couldn't take that. And I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm not diplomatic here. I think he wins his way out of a brilliant situation. He's become an elite level winger to the point where Mal Meninga said, well, I'm definitely thinking he's going to play on the wing for Australia at the end of the year. And who would begrudge him? Honestly, who would begrudge him a spot on the wing?
Wingers these days are more important than centres. Like in the years where you had Gidley, Gaznia, Cooper, Tahu, all those guys, centres were the ones that got paid. Mm-hmm. Now it's shifted to your fullbacks and your spine players. And now, if you're going to come to me and say you can pay big money for a try-scoring winger or big money for... sorry, excuse the French. I'm paying money for the winger. I'm paying money for the winger. Wingers win your games.
They do. They're freaks now, and they carry the ball out so often. I think Lomax he's made his bed and he's got to go with it. I'm hearing it's a lot to do with the Brad Arthur that was removed. He was promised something, it's been changed. I get it. But you also had the perfect situation, a premiership winning coach who got you into Origin and you walked out because you wanted to play centres. That's on him and he has to suck it up. I hope he plays really well for Parramatta. I like Lomax, and for a couple of years there I was real worried that he was going to squander his career because I said very early on, this kid's a lock. He and Bradman Best are going to be the New South Wales centres for the next 10 years, I said. Partially right, and he's a couple out, but that's all right. And Best has played a game. I just think it's a terrible situation that Parramatta is so bad. It's a hilarious situation, but he's got to cop it. He's got to go make them better because looking at those halves and those forwards, that's a team that he can make better and take to finals. I think that's his best course of action.